Hello, and welcome to episode 7 of the Sunnydale Diaries, a podcast where I, Sean, and my friend Melanie
Hello.
discuss Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I am an avid fan of the show, and Melanie,
Not yet.
but we're getting there. I can see it in her eyes. She's getting hooked. So we will be discussing Angel today.
Mm-hmm.
Buffy is falling in love.
Yes. She is head over heels with this guy that she hardly even knows.
You want to talk about your first love?
Sure. Let's see. I don't think I had a first love until high school.
Okay.
Late bloomer, I guess. And I'm not going to say his name because somebody might listen to this show that knows. Peter Myers.
You're better than me. I'm not saying mine.
Oh. And he was like an intellectual in school, and kind of a broody guy and creative, artistic kind of guy. And man, I was obsessed with him. And it did not turn out well for me. He broke my heart. And I think every guy after that, I was chasing that dream. But yeah.
You mentioned you were obsessed. Did you do anything crazy?
No, I didn't have a car. We didn't have the internet. I'd take the bus. I think I took the bus to his house once.
Okay.
Other than that, no, not really. I still have the notes that we passed back and forth, though.
I still have mine.
You do? I have a whole box of that stuff. Yep. We'll have to compare sometime.
Yeah. Mine was also high school.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, looking back, it was just a really good friendship.
Yeah.
I don't know that we were true. No, I was in love.
Yeah.
But it never really was very romantic. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think I was just happy to have a good friend.
Yeah.
But we dated for about 6 months.
What did that even mean back then?
That we dated?
Yeah.
We went out, did things.
You went to the movies and stuff.
Yeah. Went to the movie, went to the mall, hung out at each other's house.
Yeah.
Talked on the phone a lot.
Yes.
I don't know why. I still remember her phone number.
Really?
Yes.
That was a thing, wasn't it? Like, you'd see each other all day at school, then go home and get on the phone with that person.
I remember there was
hours.
Yeah, there was one weekend day. I think we were on the phone for like 6-7 hours.
Wow.
Finally, her mother yelled at her, and then.
And now it's like, I don't want to be on the phone with anybody.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of talking on the phone. No.
What the heck did we talk about?
My sister is probably the only one that I truly have phone conversations with.
Wow.
Like, even when you call me, I'm like, I don't care, but I'm like,
no.
Why is she calling me?
Yeah. Somebody died. Something's wrong.
Well, especially if the phone rings in the middle of the night.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right away the first thing that I go to.
Yes.
So yeah, we dated for like 6 months. I don't even think like we held hands until 3 months in.
Yeah.
She was my first kiss.
Yeah.
I do remember it very fondly. We got out of school early because it was snowing. So,
Yeah.
it was like sending us home early. And we were standing outside. Snow was falling.
Oh,
yeah,
that's very romantic.
Yes, I have a very, it's a fond memory.
Yeah, that's good.
And I remember getting on the bus and telling my friend about it. Not in like a, I just hooked up.
Yeah.
Just like, I had my first kiss.
You dog.
Yeah.
Young love.
And I remember when she broke up with me, April of 1994. It was a Friday.
Oh.
Over the phone.
Oh.
I cried.
Oh.
It was a very sad weekend.
Oh, young love.
But even then, like, we were in a lot of clubs together. We had classes together. Not much changed because, like I say, it was a friendship. Yeah, I mean, I think things definitely shifted a little bit, but we still talk. Like, I feel like it's only like maybe comments on Instagram now, but we still communicate.
Yeah.
I mean, she met Mike, my husband.
Yeah.
She came over to the house once, so it's something I look back on and laugh a little.
Yeah. Did you ever have a forbidden love? Did you ever fall in love with somebody 200 years older than you?
Not 200 years older than me, but a few years later, when I realized that I was gay, there was someone that I worked with that I fell hard for.
Yeah.
Like, hard. And he was not gay.
Uh-huh.
And, it was the same thing. We had classes together. We had friends in common. So it was it was rough for me, like, because I couldn't get over it.
Yeah.
And it was a hard time.
Yeah.
But actually what helped me get through that?
Tell me.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is when I started watching the show, and it just helped.
All right. I think that when you do meet Sarah Michelle Gellar, that's what you should tell her.
All right.
You got me through.
I will do that.
And what was that pig?
What was it like holding that pig from the pack? What about you? I mean, you kind of touched on the forbidden love a little bit with the first guy, but...
Yeah, I don't know if that was forbidden. But, nah, I was always on the up and up with my relationships. I did go out with a guy who my parents didn't approve of, and that was a big disaster, but not really forbidden, just a bad choice. I've made many of those.
If you had to say, like, I'm just asking for an estimate, not an exact number, but, like...
Are you asking for my magic number?
No, okay. No, oh my God. How many people that you feel like you were truly in love with? Like,
really, really love? 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my number also.
Yeah.
Your magic number. So, getting into the episode.
Let me just say, this is a Darla-heavy episode.
It is.
I am not pleased about it.
Well, you're probably pleased about the ending.
Yes.
You know what I noticed? We are back with the cheesy voiceover. Previously on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yes, so the first thing I wrote was, oh, there's no cold open in this one. There's no little scene. But then there was. They tricked me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so not only did he do the previously on, where, we learned a little bit about Angel.
Yeah.
A little bit. I think Darla is featured in that a little bit. And then we get the in every generation. And then we find out about the Anointed. His name is Colin. I don't think I knew that.
Oh, with 2 L's.
Yes.
According to my closed captioning. So let me ask you about Colin.
Okay.
So, I remember he was on the bus.
Yep.
I like the airplanes. That kid. Was he a vampire then?
No.
He was made a vampire during that attack on the bus?
Yes.
All right.
And somehow, and I don't think they really ever explain it, but I don't know how he became the Anointed. But he is.
All right.
And he has a weird voice. I don't think
he does have a weird... Is it like a special effect on that voice? It sounds like there's like some kind of like a...
Yeah, because it's
reverberation or something on his voice.
Yeah, and indeed,
make him sound demonic.
Well, yeah, because how old do you think this kid is?
12.
I was even thinking younger than that. I thought like 9 or 10.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
But I thought, well, he's young.
Yeah, he's young.
The voice really didn't seem to fit him, but maybe that's the point.
And he's adapting pretty well to his new life.
Yeah,
he seems okay.
He's got a father figure with the master.
Yes.
He's throwing pebbles into the water. I think those are pebbles. Maybe they're teeth. Oh, legendary human teeth.
God. That's dark. Tooth budget.
The master is sending the 3.
And he said that like I'm supposed to know what that means.
We got another walking montage, like the craft of the 3 coming in.
So they're just 3.
They're
just the 3.
The 3.
All right. And they are unsuccessful.
Well, we're not there yet.
Okay.
No, because then we go to the fumigation party.
So, okay. How does this place stay open? Again, this club. Like, they've got that many bugs. They're serving food in this place. Like, how are they not shut down by health codes violations?
I can't speak for the legislation.
Let me talk to the manager
of Sunnydale, California. Maybe there's a mayor. Maybe you can hunt down the mayor.
Maybe.
And ask him.
All right.
Find a roach, get a drink.
That's gross.
That was nasty.
Okay, and so then they show the girl, she's picking up the roach and she puts it into a little container and says, give me my drink. Her eyes are... I was like, ooh, is she a vampire? She had like really freaky contacts in or something. I thought, yeah, you're going to have to go back.
I'm glad you keep sending me back for stuff.
Is she going to eat it?
Well, I thought it was Cordelia at first. It wasn't that.
No.
Like Cordelia would never pick up a roach.
No.
So yeah, it's the annual fumigation party.
Gross.
Ew. Xander's bad dancing on the dance floor.
Yeah. I liked that. I was like, he's goofy. I would have liked Xander back in the day.
Oh no, I agree.
He is goofy. He is going for it, talking to a girl, and then her boyfriend's there. But whatever. But yeah, I liked him. I liked his goofy dancing.
I did too. It made me smile.
Yeah.
Cordelia commented on his extreme oafishness.
Easy for you to say.
Affecting her $200 shoes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for shoes.
Is it?
For me, it is.
Yeah, for me too.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that would pay that for shoes. I don't know, a pair of sneakers these days.
Yeah.
Name brand sneakers.
You're right.
I don't know. I buy my shoes on Amazon. What do I know?
I get mine at Kohl's. With Kohl's cash.
Yeah.
Angel looking ominous in the stairwell.
That's what he does.
Yeah. He's good at that. He's broody.
He's broody. A lot of brooding.
The three show up in my notes where it's the Khal Drogo vampire. And when I saw him, just the way his hair was and stuff, I'm like, oh, that's like
I thought, it's Danny Trejo.
I know the name.
One of them looked like Danny Trejo.
Who's Danny Trejo? I just need a refresher.
Danny Trejo. He's like any movie that requires a bad, evil-looking Mexican dude.
I know who
Danny Trejo.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
We hit the credits.
Yep.
Angel comes to the rescue.
Yep.
Good dogs don't bite. I like that. I wrote it down.
So this is where they're running from the three, right?
Yes.
And they run to her house.
Yep.
And they just kind of both rush into the house.
She I had to rewind. She quickly says, come in.
Oh, she did.
It's
okay,
really
that was
fast.
my question.
Yep.
Because they made a point to that. The vampire has to be invited in. I was like, I don't think she invited him. But okay, she did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was very rushed.
All right, close that plot hole for me.
Mm-hmm. And then Angel's getting naked.
Yes. And what is that tattoo on his back? It looked to me like later on they say it was a bird of some kind. I was like, that looks like a ferret.
I thought it was like a bird.
Ferret, and there was like an A there, which I assume for angel.
I thought it was like a bird with some kind of like symbols. I don't know. I thought it was bird-like.
Okay, all right. I did not get it. I'm gonna have to go back and look again.
Maybe he had it like as a human. Cheese. As an actor? David Boreanaz has.
No.
You don't think so? Okay. But then why bother?
If ever we meet David Boreanaz, we're going to have him take his shirt off to confirm this. Okay.
That's my arm.
Alright. So they're at her house, and then her mom comes home.
It's a little late for tutoring.
Yes, they didn't put any air quotes around tutoring, so.
No.
The language of love. Language lessons. And then she fakes out and brings him up to her room. And I was like, all right, Buffy, what the heck? You hardly know this guy. And then she's like, yeah, just sleep in here. Like,
she's keeping him safe.
You don't know this guy.
She's the Slayer.
Crazy.
One girl in all the world.
Crazy.
The chosen one.
Whatever.
She asks him about his family. They're dead.
They're dead.
Killed by vampires.
Yeah. Red flags. Red flags.
And then she asks him, do you smell her?
Do you need a CPAP?
No one's. I haven't been around anyone while I'm sleeping.
In 200 years.
A long time. Feel kind of bad for him. Not bad. That's his coach.
Whatever. And then I wrote, and then they go to school the next day, and I said, Xander's response is my response. You let him sleep in your room!
Yeah. Yeah, problematic.
Yes.
Xander also drank an entire gallon of Gatorade. That's a lot.
And there was an ick factor later.
Yes.
And you know that Willow was there to hold his head and help him and massage his back when that was happening.
Of course. Absolutely. She probably cleaned it up if he didn't make it to the toilet. I am not a good chugger. Never have been.
Okay.
But a gallon? That's like colonoscopy prep.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of liquid.
The master says with, and I put in parentheses, great, but with power comes responsibility.
Same.
Like, come on. That's a stolen line.
And you know what I noticed when they're real close up on him? His nose is so pink.
Yes.
What is that? I'm like looking at the makeup. I'm like, what is it? It's the nose is so pink.
And around his mouth is very, like the rest of his face is very white, very pale.
Yeah.
But around his mouth is very, it's not red, but very ruddy. I would say. But pink nose. Like a little bunny.
I know.
A little joy is better than none. And Darla takes out the three with crazy excitement.
She gets so excited about it.
So how good were the three, really? I mean...
Right, that's why I'm like, why did we even need why did they need to give them a name? The three.
Yeah. They did not last very long.
They did not last very long. They could have been just like, that's... we said the 3 minutes.
That's good one. off to the library to further the plot
and
along.
they have the sign, "The library is closed, so we can do inventory or whatever." But it's so we can learn the quarterstaff.
Mm-hmm. It's not fighting Friar Tuck.
Which in my mind took me back to an episode of Bugs Bunny Merry Melodies where Daffy Duck is Robin Hood. Remember that one?
Yeah, Porky
and
Pig.
Porky Pig, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we'll trip it up and down.
Oh my god.
And then he does the quarterstaff. He goes, "Hey, ha ha, ho,
I remember.
dodge, parry." Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can.
You gotta find that.
Find that on YouTube.
Yeah,
Throw
it's a good
a
one.
link of that.
Yes.
In the podcast description. Buffy goes back home. Angel's just chilling in her room. I read a little.
What, he just hung out in her room all day?
Well, he can't. We don't know why he can't go outside yet, but he can't go outside.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah.
Toasty Angel.
I know, and then she thought that he read her diary.
Yeah, that's an invasion of privacy right there.
It really is.
Yeah.
Somebody did that to me once.
Ooh. See, this is why I just don't keep diaries.
Yeah, agree. Don't do it.
My sister had one.
Did you read it?
It had a lock on it. Did I try?
You would try?
Did I try to pick the lock? Absolutely. I mean, I cannot imagine she had anything really juicy in there.
No.
But 8-year-old Sean was intrigued.
Yeah.
So his eyes aren't penetrating; they're bulging, and the A could be anybody.
Ahmed stands for Ahmed.
A foreign exchange student. But no, he didn't read her diary. Joyce just made it while she was in there cleaning.
Yes, and he says something about how he wants to kiss her, but he can't. He can't because I'm older than you. But then he kisses her anyway.
Yeah.
Knowing full well he shouldn't, and who he is, and...
And then, vampire.
Twist!
Yep.
Twist!
And before, when you were first watching this, not you, I mean just in general, people watching this, that probably was a pretty good twist. Because there really wasn't anything to give away.
Any indication that that's what he was?
I mean, he was just, party guy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So probably good. And then, man, Buffy lets out a scream.
She really does. It seemed very un-Buffy-like that she screamed like that. She doesn't scream with other vampires. But I guess she's not, sucking face with other vampires.
Yeah. One that she invited into her house.
Right.
And then Joyce comes in. What is it? Just a shadow.
Oh, okay.
Bye-bye. Sander, Buffy, Willow, and Cordelia outside.
Yes.
Talking. How can you be in love with a vampire? Cordelia goes, what? Umpire.
You fell in love with an umpire?
That made me laugh. But meanwhile, she didn't even hear.
Because she's looking at this girl's Todd Oldham dress, which brought me to, whatever happened to Todd Oldham?
I know the name and know the designer, but he was on something on MTV, right?
House of Style.
I thought that was it. Okay.
He was on House of Style, and he was on an episode of Roseanne. But he
Todd
was
Oldham?
like in the 90s. He was so huge.
Yeah.
And he was on Roseanne as Todd Oldham, where Roseanne and her sister go to like a Medi spa kind of thing, and he is there and he insults Roseanne. Yeah, so I looked him up because he was like the wonder kind back then. He was a really young guy. Yeah. And so I look, he's 62 years old. And now he looks like a totally different person. Like back then he was like this young looking dude with like a mop of hair. And, now he's got gray hair and facial hair and he's skinny and he looks like a 62-year-old. It hurt my heart a little bit. But I guess he's got a new design website where you can go buy his clothes. And so good for you, Todd Oldham.
Staying current.
Good for you. Trying.
See Cordelia knocking the other girl's dress. This is exactly what happens when you sign those free trade agreements.
I know. Oh, Cordelia.
Darla and Angel meet up.
Yeah, apparently they have a history, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And my note here was, so she's, trying to get him to admit what he is, and she opens the shade and the sun comes in and he's repelled by the sun. But then 5 seconds later, they're both just standing there in the room talking in the sun.
Suspend your disbelief. I haven't said that in a couple episodes. Clinical laboratory sidetrack.
Yeah.
She opened up the fridge.
Yep.
Those units of blood are not properly labeled. There was no blood type label on there.
And he doesn't care.
Well, I know he doesn't care, but I care.
Black market blood. And then we learn more about his history in the library through the books.
Yep.
Giles. That there was a character named Angelus. Angelus, and
so the emphasis on the long syllable.
Right. So we're thinking maybe that's who he was, and he's been around for centuries.
came over.
Havoc and then not.
Nothing since the early 20th century.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Master Darla talking.
Yep.
Says, "Are you giving me orders?" He's not happy.
No, he's not. So I'm trying to, during that scene, I was trying to figure out the dynamic here between, because he's upset, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the kid is Colin is comforting him, right? Is that the kid, right? And telling him, we'll be okay. We'll kill them all eventually. I was like, this master guy, he seems very vulnerable. Like he's
emotionally.
Don't you think?
Oh yeah.
He seems to get flustered very easily and needs comforting, and I don't know.
I agree, but I mean, he has been trapped in the Jello Church since the 40s.
I guess. I don't know. It just seems like for the guy who's supposed to be the big bad, big boss, he's just, I don't know, emotionally unstable.
That's probably why he has a fake nose. He's crying so much.
Oh, maybe.
In the library, Willow and Buffy are talking, and Willow's talking about her, kind of crush she has on Xander, and Buffy's telling her to go for it.
And she says, no.
That way leads to madness and sweaty palms.
Speaking of leads to madness and sweaty palms, I wrote that too. She's not wrong.
Yeah. Buffy's realizing what she has to do. He's a vampire and I'm a slayer.
Yeah.
If only it were only that black and white.
I know. Well, obviously it's not, as we'll come to find out.
Mm-hmm. Joyce is doing some stuff in her house, and Darla peeking through the window.
So Joyce is sitting there with her cup of whatever, hot beverage. And again, I wish we were had a visual component to this podcast, because she doesn't even pretend to take a sip of that. She puts the cup up to her face and lowers it again. She was just smelling it. I don't know.
It was probably too hot.
That was some poor acting right there. Yeah, and then Darla in her bad makeup is in the window, and then she's Darla, the schoolgirl, at the door. Mm-hmm. And all sweet.
Joyce, you mentioned something in the last episode about an unnecessary line. And this one, Joyce saying, "I've been wrestling with the IRS all night." Completely unnecessary.
I know. No one. Well, she's trying to bond. She's trying to be warm to this girl at the door.
I can think of a lot of other things I can say.
This girl, who's in high school, that probably can't relate to that statement at all. And then invites her in and offers to cook for her. Mm-hmm. I've never in my life gone to somebody's house and the person's not home, and they say, "You want to come in? Let me fix you something."
You know what that means?
Are you hungry for a meal? What?
You need better friends.
Maybe.
No,
the friends' parents are going to be like, "Let me fix you something. You're looking for... I've got a turkey in the freezer. We could thaw out and I'll prepare you a Thanksgiving dinner. Or maybe you just want a bagel. All right, what do you want?"
Something little or something big?
Yeah.
More screaming.
Yes.
Yeah. Angels holding Joyce after Darla better.
Silly.
Yep. And then Buffy comes in and sees it. And now, that makes her job a lot easier for her.
Mm-hmm. She's not conflicted.
And out goes Angel through the window.
Yes. Did he jump or did he get thrown?
Oh, I think she
threw him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And then a little bit of info here that probably would be good if we ever do Buffy trivia again.
Uh-huh.
Buffy's address when she called.
Oh, yeah. I thought that too, yeah.
I think I knew Ravello Drive.
Oh, yeah?
But I did not know 1630.
Okay. Is that a real place, you think? Did you look up that address?
I did not look up the address.
Google Earth that?
I know it is a real house, but I will have to look that up.
Okay.
You're just giving me homework.
I am.
I gotta edit
this.
It's
the teacher in me.
I gotta edit this podcast. I gotta post it. I don't have time for these things. Joyce in the hospital.
Okay, so both Sean and I have history of working in healthcare industry.
Yep.
Let me say this. So what they said was, her blood levels were very low.
Yep.
They're very low. And Giles says, yeah, that presents as mild anemia.
Yeah.
And yet they've got units of blood hanging. Okay, as someone who had anemia, that is not how they treat anemia. They don't just give you pints of blood. I had to do iron infusions.
Right, but it was infusions over time. I honestly did not see the units of blood, but then they should have said they had to give her blood, not just give her iron.
Yes. I know. I thought it was funny. They just put this big bag of blood hanging there and leave the room, and she's awake and just fine. She's fine.
With the bandage on her neck.
She fell on a barbecue fork.
Yeah. Did you see the bandage on her neck not attached to anything?
Yes.
It's just flapping. Just let the air get to it.
Yes.
But she's okay other than falling on the barbecue fork.
It fell on.
Do we have a barbecue fork?
Funny.
Darla and Angel fighting. Darla tells them to kill, feed, and live.
Yep. This is where we talked last episode about the problematic sexual aggression. And, Xander threw Buffy up against the wall and was being, a little too aggressive. And it's the same kind of thing in this episode that
Angel does
that to Darla. I don't know if it's a sexual thing, though, in this.
Well, she made it that way.
She did.
He didn't.
She liked it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Unnecessary.
We
need a
different time.
Unnecessary sexual contact jingle also.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay, so that was that, and he's still fighting against who he is and what he is, which we still don't know exactly what that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're back to the bronze, and we find out he has a soul.
He does have a soul.
That's what the problem is.
It was restored.
That's why he hasn't killed anyone since he came to America.
Yeah, I think the 20s.
The 20s.
So they think gypsies restored his soul.
Gypsies. I think gypsy is considered an offensive term now, isn't it?
It is, okay. Yeah.
Oh, Joss.
There he goes again.
Yeah. And so now she's conflicted again. What's she going to do?
Angel mentioned that, when you become a vampire, you lose your soul. And it's interesting because it conflicts with the harvest, where when they were doing the ceremony...
My soul is your soul.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, good one, Sean.
I pay attention to these things.
Yeah.
When Buffy walks in on Angel and Darla, and she said something about, well, the hair on top of that outfit doesn't look good.
Zing.
Made me laugh.
Ow.
And Darla's in vampire face. Yep. And again, can't speak with the prosthetics.
Oh, boy.
They need to work on that.
Yeah.
So they're all fighting. There's guns. Darla brought guns.
What the heck is that?
Well,
she's got guns.
Yeah. I mean, you want to take out a human, even somebody with enhanced strength.
You're a vampire.
Well, clearly it hasn't been working.
I don't know. You've been around a long time, so you're a strong vampire.
Yeah. I did not remember the guns.
How many bullets are in those guns?
There were a lot of bullets. There were a lot.
That's a lot of bullets. She shot that thing a lot.
Yeah. Giles, Willow, and Xander come in.
Yeah.
And we need to distract her. And Willow practically says a soliloquy.
They said distract her fast, and she's under pressure.
Yeah. I would have just screamed.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
And probably your favorite part of the episode, Darla gets staked.
Bye, Darla.
Julie Benz can move on.
That's good.
Yeah,
good for her. Good luck, Julie Benz.
But who knows? Maybe she'll be back.
Oh, sure.
I'm saying maybe.
She turned to dust. Unless it's a flashback.
Not only did she turn to dust, and Mike pointed this out, it was like black popcorn dust. It was a different. Well,
because she was like a super old vampire.
That's what I was thinking.
So, yeah.
But, Mike said black popcorn. The master is not happy.
So, again, this is where I'm like, he's such a softie. He's way too upset.
Well, if he was with her...
I don't care.
Okay.
He's supposed to be like the big bad boss who's got stuff under control. He's in charge.
Mm-hmm.
And he's being comforted by the little kid who was just created like a month ago. I don't know. Like, dude, get your shit together.
Yeah, Colin's trying to throw some teeth into the pond. Yeah, Master is not happy.
No.
And back at the bronze.
At the post-fumigation party.
Yeah. Now all the roaches are dead.
I mean, we think.
Yeah.
Who knows at this place?
Crawling on the croissants. Swimming around in the vodka.
They're everything croissants now.
Ew. Yuck. Buffy and Angel. This can't happen. We can't do it.
But they kiss anyway.
Yeah. And then the very last moment, you see that Buffy's cross, which Angel gave her.
Yeah.
Burned his skin.
Oh. Is he going to have that forever?
I don't know.
Because don't they have healing abilities?
Yeah.
It'll be with him in his heart.
Yes. So we witness some blooming love.
Yes. I have to say, what I'm finding with these episodes is that I'm enjoying the cheesy episodes more. Like, this was a more dramatic kind of serious episode, and I did not like it as much. Maybe it was all the gooey love stuff. I don't know.
Well, and I think they really haven't established like an overarching storyline that goes episode to episode too much yet. Like, we had the master.
Yeah.
He's trying to get out.
Yeah.
I think with the right story, the more dramatic ones could help further the plot along.
Yeah.
But this one, I mean, to me, this episode is to show Buffy made her falling in love. And that was the point of it.
Yeah.
And speak out against free trade agreements. How many stakes would you give this?
2.
2. All right. And I would go with 4.
Okay. Interesting.
Do you have a favorite line?
Do you have a favorite line in this one?
For me, I know we just said it, but this is exactly what happens when you sign these free trade agreements.
Oh, no, mine was you fell in love with an empire. That was a good
in the
one.
same scene.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was good.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the end of episode 7.
Can't believe we've done 7 already.
It has gone by pretty fast.
It really is.
Thanks again for doing this.
Of course.
So
friendship, it's the perfect blendship.
I don't know that one.
Okay.
I'll have to look that one up too. The homework is growing.
Yeah.
So send us an email with any thoughts, comments, questions at the Sunnydale Diaries at gmail.com. We try to start every episode off by discussing a topic that matches with the theme of the episode. So if there's an upcoming episode and you have a suggestion for a topic that goes with it, let us know. Send us an email. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends.
Tell all your friends all over the world.
We are available on most streaming platforms.
Yep.
Continuing to add.
Yep.
And we will see you next time on the Sunnydale Diaries.
Bye.